Hey everybody, what's going on? Before we get started, just want to mention that yes, much like I did with Formula of Love, I am not going through the color-coded lyric videos. I've seen some comments, people being disappointed, wanting to see the color-coded lyric video reaction, but as I mentioned before, I want to go with the best source of the translation, and for me, if it's not Drasters underscore K, shout out to you, it's genius.com. That's the next best thing. So for that reason, every time you react to a color coded lyric video anyway, there's complaints of somebody not being represented correctly. This is not the person who is singing. This is not the correct translation. So I'm just trying to eliminate that as much as I can. And if that is a big enough deal for someone to look away from this video, then I'm sorry, but I would rather have the correct lyrics as I'm enjoying the song. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, before we get started, I am aware of the fact that Dion wrote two of the songs from this album, which are Blame It On Me and Crazy Stupid Love. Another song that has been hyped up quite a bit. Not sure who wrote that one, but Wallflower is one that is getting quite a bit of praise from what I'm seeing on Twitter. So very excited to finally get into this album. We have checked out Set Me Free and Moonlight Sunrise. I'm not checking out the Set Me Free English version. I'm going to do that on my own time as I don't want to really test the limit of the copyright system and have 5 songs on the video and potentially get blocked. With 4 songs, I'm hoping that I'll be able to share this full reaction with you guys without needing to split anything up. So for that reason, we're checking out Got the Frills, Blame It On Me, Wallflower, and Crazy Stupid Love. Before we get started, if you want to check out some exclusive Twice content such as Seize the Light, 16, the first 10 seasons of Time to Twice, as well as some extra content like the Jesse Schultz interview and the Yoonji interview with Nayeon and Chaeyoung, as well as I just reacted on Patreon to the Jimmy Fallon performance of Set Me Free, as well as the Billboard Women in Music Award. The reason I'm not sharing those on YouTube is, again, copyright, not wanting to blur any video out, and just not wanting to deal with that situation. So if you want to check out some Twice content in addition to the YouTube stuff, check out the Patreon. There's a full list of all of the available reactions, and plus more reactions to Stray Kids, Blackpink, Mamamoo, BTS, and more K-dramas, as well as Survivor shows. So if you see something on the list that is available in the tier that you may enjoy, consider subscribing. Let's get into it. Oh. Love the background vocals. Damn. I love the contrast between Chaeyoung and Dion. This is a really fun song. Oh, Changyeon. I just can't stop me. Oh. Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's beautiful. Holy shit. It actually makes me feel like this song would have been a nice continuation of Set Me Free, as now they've been set free in the order of things, at least with this album. It feels like a natural like progression of Set Me Free, as now there's no stopping me, which is a nice little nod to Can't Stop Me. In a way, leave you to your instincts. It's okay if it's absurd. As we've been set free, basically, we are inviting you into our world, or basically taking once into this new adventure, which is beautiful, because these girls, this is album number 12, as I touched on in my Set Me Free music video reaction. They still continue to get bigger, get better. The happiness and the passion that they have is truly infectious. It truly feels like they still have so much more to explore. It truly feels like a natural progression of like Set Me Free, now that we've been set free and we blew up that whole place, and we faked you out with that ending, and we smiled at you as if, we just wanted to mess with you, because you never know what you're going to get with us. It's really, really cool. Like, I'll become a burning fire, literally, much like I just talked about, as far as like having that passion and just continuing to ride on that passion, which is a burning fire and whatnot, which is awesome. I love the bounce between like Geo first delivering that first chorus to then Chongyeon in the second chorus, and then obviously Nayeon in the final chorus was absolutely awesome. I love the I love the contrast between Chaeyoung and Dayeon. Their vocals, the playfulness, it's always fun and just puts a smile on your face listening to them together. Much like they say, leave it to your instincts, even if it's absurd. Don't be afraid of doing what you need to do. So set yourself free, and don't be afraid of how it seems like to everyone else, which is why we blew up that entire theater and whatnot, and the whole set was just a fireworks show, is because it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. What matters is the path that we're taking. And we want you with us, which to me, like, I've talked about it in my Set Me Free reaction, but every time there's like a potential nod to a romantic someone, to me, just automatically for once in my head, just because of the bond that they have, and the continuation of like a couple of things that kind of remind me of previous songs, is really, really, really beautiful. And I'm in love with the song, to be honest. Let Me Show You a Whole New World. Kind of reminds me of Aladdin, only, twice are in the role of Aladdin, and, apparently I'm Jasmine, so this was beautiful. Vocally, I don't know how to follow up me being Jasmine to everything else, so I'm just gonna say that the positivity and the excitement and the passion is truly infectious throughout the verses. It feels like the events of after Set Me Free, and now they have to show that to once, basically, and let's show you a whole new world, which is pretty freaking awesome, because the girls got the frills. Yeah, it's beautiful. Let's move on to the next song, for which I'm incredibly excited. Blame It On Me, which was written, if I'm not mistaken, by Dayeon. So, and some of my favorite, I feel like one of my favorite songs from Between Once and Twice was actually a song written by Dayeon. Two of my absolute favorites from the last album were Gone and Brave. And I'm pretty sure that one of the songs was written by Diane. So I'm very, very excited about Blame It On Me. So without further ado, let's continue. Oh, I did not expect this.
감싸도는 열기 We've been wonderful together, you know You are so into me, you are so into me You're falling for me, you're falling for me Oh, you can escape 네 모든 감각들을 자극해 치명적인 내 매력 속에 Out of control now 내게 책임들을 묻지 마 이건 내 탓이 아니야 Gestures are in my charms
Anti-drop. I'm a slut for anti-drops. This is a movie soundtrack. Wait, can we take it back to that chorus? That was beautiful. I'm guessing this is kind of like to throw a little bit of a rock element, much like they did with Queen of Hearts in the previous album. This is awesome. I thought this was going to be more of like, I don't know, something a little bit sadder, a little bit more emotional, but damn.
Out of control now. 내게 책임들을 묻지 마. 이건 내 탓이 아니야. Gestures are in my charms. 온종일 정신 못 차리지. Don't you cry about me, baby. Don't blame it on me, yeah.
This is addicting as hell. I'm picturing a movie trailer with this part. Oh my god.
멈출 수 없잖아. 자꾸 끌리잖아.
Twice got me thirsty.
It's not my fault that you fell for me. 완전히 사로잡힌 mind. 빠져 들어가고 있지만 Yeah, you know you can't escape. 내 모든 감각들을 자극해. 시민적인 내 매력 속에 Out of control now. 내게 책임들을 묻지 마. 이건 내 탓이 아니야. Gestures are in my charms.
I love this.
Don't you cry about me, baby. Don't blame it on me, yeah.
This is one of the... Wait, let's take it back. I think this is one of my favorite choruses by Twice ever. I want a headbang so bad.
Don't blame it on me, yeah. Don't blame it on, don't blame it on. Don't blame it on. Don't blame it on, don't blame it on. Don't blame it on me, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh. The vocals. Okay, this is my favorite song so far from this album. We still have two more songs, and one of them, Wallflower, might actually be my favorite as we proceed because of how hyped I am about it. But this was amazing. I'm picturing like a movie with this chorus. The whoa whoa part, the outro is just incredible. I'm picturing like either a scene in a movie or a trailer. It truly fucking fits so well. And now that they have been set free and they're showing their charms and their aura and everything, the fans are falling for them. And don't blame it on them that you fell for them, or a more appropriate meaning to this one, as opposed to what I said previously. There is a little bit of that romantic thing going on with this because and just kind of like that phrase in Set Me Free, once through the ears, once through the eyes, or something like that, right? Uh, Once you see them and once you hear them, once they catch you twice, there's no going back. Basically, it almost stimulates all your senses. Chew five bubblegum. Never mind. A popular meme back in the day, but it's absolutely amazing and low key. I hate going back to this every time. But looking at some of the lyrics, it won't stop. You keep getting attracted to me. Don't resent me. It's not my fault that you fell for me. Totally obsessed mind. Some of these lyrics kind of like create the feeling of Twice trying to acknowledge some. They have fans all around the world. Obviously, some fans are a little bit too hands-on to be quite literal, as far as like stalkers and all that kind of stuff go, like getting completely obsessed. Whether it's, obviously the I guess the word is infamous uh situation with Nyan Stalker, but it would not surprise me if all of these girls have been through something where a fan was so incredibly obsessed to the point where uh they create there's like a parasocial relationship happening, and the fan doesn't necessarily get the same treatment as they give, which is obvious because you're a fan and they don't know much about you or know you at all, and you become become obsessed, you become kind of stalkerish, you become kind of like quite incredibly toxic about your obsession with the girls or with idols in general, which is unfortunately a thing that I'm seeing on Twitter almost daily. This is quite an interesting song because I feel like it goes into so many different levels without actually clarifying on which aspect it touches. It can touch on romantic relationships. It can touch on like some toxic shit as far as like stalkers, like as far as like fans go, as far as like even like in a much more positive way now that they have been set free and they blew everything up and they have like this certain charm and aura and all of that about them, or just in general like their aura, they can just exist and there you are, just become obsessed with every single one of their moves, have their photo as your thumbnail on fucking Twitter and IG and whatnot, and constantly post about them and try to catch every single moment of a live show and whatnot, trying to get as close as possible. Like it's not their fault that you've become so obsessed. So I do feel like there's an interesting sense of that, but you cannot blame the person who is obsessed on, because they didn't give you anything to obsess about other than existing and being themselves. So it's not like they led you in any way to justify it in your mind. So don't blame it on them. So there's definitely a level of confidence about the fact that we're not to blame for whatever is happening, which is it's my take at the very least. Feel free to let me know if maybe I went a little bit too dark, but with the history that I've learned about with Twice when I reacted to Perfect World, for example, I do feel like there's possibly something there, whether it's a relationship, whether it's toxicity from a fan perspective, or something else that relates to just being insanely obsessed with someone who's not going to give you that same level of treatment because they don't really know much about you. They're just existing. So yeah, this is my favorite song so far from this entire album, including the title tracks. Let's move on to Wallflower now.
무슨 생각하니 Read the eyes 너를 감싼 묘한 긴장감 어색한 표정 What's on your mind 꺼내게 될 거야 너의 맘 I shine on the
shy, shy, shy.
어지럽게 너를 흔들지 숨겨왔던 맘을 훔치지 Dance on me, dance on me Wallflower 숨이 가빠진 이미 반응하는 빨라진 조짐 Something like this meant to be Dance on me, dance on me Wallflower
Dancing in the moonlight.
Don't overthink it 뜨거워진 feel Baby let go and just feel the beat 이미 너는 나 말고 blur What it feels like to be loved
Yes, yes.
기우는 순간
Absolutely am.
Are you shy under
Because you're twice. That's why.
Wasting time 떠난 그만 rhythm 속에 널 맡겨
Honey, I wish. Call me. I love how chill the chorus is. Nice.
Let me see you move. 물결치는 마음속에 선명해진 view like I'm the only one, nobody but you. Yeah, tell me that, tell me that, tell me the truth. 아까워, 아까워. We keep it going at all hours. 자연스럽게 하나가 돼 like 1, 2, 3. Come dance with me, Wallflower.
1, 2, 3.
마음이 아래서 위로 향하지.
That's cool.
오른 느낌. Dance with me,
The harmonization.
깊어진 눈빛, 높아진 손길 so everyone can see. Something that feels meant for you. Dance with me, Wallflower.
Oh. Damn. Holy shit, that was beautiful. That was and actually like seeing it become one naturally, like 1, 2, 3. So we met each other. It reminded me of 1, 3, 2, whereas one person is so ahead in this relationship that they run off, whereas the other person wasn't. It wasn't up to their speed. Another way, don't mess up my tempo by EXO, and twice kind of, went a little bit too fast with this person. So they went 1, 3, 2, but here it's 1, 2, 3. So it's very natural, a natural progression of this relationship. We both feel the same. And the one lyric that kind of made me smile is your second hand that already responds quickly as you grab her with one hand, and then it feels so natural, and like that second hand is already coming in from behind, and you just it feels as natural as a hug as you start to dance. So the second hand responds quickly, like everything is just meant to be. Both of you are meant to be, and you're dancing, which is really, really cool. Also, a waste of hour kind of made me feel of like maybe dancing in the moonlight, but also a golden hour perhaps. But then we can dance. We keep it going at all hours. There's definitely like some sassiness within the lyrics, which is really, really nice. As Twice are basically, it's not like this album is a surprise in their maturity. It's something that they showed before, but that is just like a continuation of that, which was really, really beautiful. And I love their metaphors. I love how they just create a very clear scenario. I love the chorus. I love how that first chorus almost sounded like there was a very subtle shift in the actual instrumental. It just flowed so well to the point where if it was just the instrumental itself with the vocal stripped, I would not realize that is the chorus. And then the second chorus continues, it's a little bit amped up. The final chorus continues, and it's a little bit more amped up. There was something very, very chill, which kind of fits within like how natural this relationship feels. It just feels so at ease and you feel so at peace with each other, which is beautiful. They definitely create a beautiful representation of a beautiful relationship where it feels like you're floating into the sky. It's beautiful. And actually, after a quick search, the lyrics say, "Why are you so shy? I don't know why." And they call the person Wallflower. Dance with me, Wallflower. So they are called themselves the Wallflower, and Wallflower means a shy person, which kind of fits with "Why are you so shy? Shy, shy, shy." You know, so that fits quite a bit. So it's like dance with me, like kind of what got the frills kind of represented as far as like, let me show you a whole new world. So dance with me and let me show you this whole new world. Despite some lyrics being a little bit more, I guess it feels a little bit more mature, there's still a lot of lyrics that are very kind of wholesome, like as far as like the shine, calling someone a wallflower, and like the overwhelming feelings, and like uh some of these lyrics are very, very wholesome. So I'm really, really enjoying that. And there's even lyrics what it feels like to be in love, which to me is almost like a throwback to what is love, which is kind of like coming full circle from and maturing so beautifully basically in front of our eyes with a music video like "What Is Love," which represents love on all of these in all of these different scenarios, whether it's romantic, whether it's not non-romantic, like Leon the Professional and the relationship that he had with Matilda. So this is actually pretty cool to see some of these lyrics and think about that. And then obviously, Gio says, "Don't overthink it. It feels so hot." Baby, let it go and just feel the beat. So I'm just gonna let it go because this song was actually second, third favorite. Actually, I really, really enjoyed this one. It was beautiful. I love the vibe. I love how almost like nonchalant the chorus is, especially the first chorus. It kind of throws you off a little bit, and you don't realize that you're actually listening to the chorus. Let's move on to the final song, not including the English version of "Set Me Free," of course, and that is "Crazy Stupid Love," which, FYI, is also one of my all-time favorite movies with Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell. An absolutely awesome romantic comedy, and probably one of the best romantic comedies that I've ever seen in my life. So highly recommended for you guys to check that movie out if you haven't yet. Also, Emma Stone. How can I forget? Let's get into it. Julianne Moore. Sorry, as well. Let's go. Oh.
지겨운 레퍼토리 반복되는 conflict 시작은 좋았던 너와 나 짧고 강한 설렘과 만남 뒤엔 부질없는 거짓말에 지쳐
Written by Diane, right?
Between you and me 앞으로도 달라질 건 없어 흩어지는 네 모션 점점 멀어지는 걸 Don't wanna keep the pace with the swing move 부서지고 뒤덮인 그리워진 memories No way, no, no way I'm so boring, crazy, stupid love That crazy, stupid love Oh yeah, that crazy love That crazy, stupid love I'm so done with crazy, stupid love 바보같이 어리석은 사랑 그만할래 한결같이 변함없는 네가 이해 안 돼 조절이 안 돼 변덕이 너무 심해 좀 비켜줄래 진심 따윈 없는데
That was so adorable.
식어버린 온도 괜찮지
God, jeez.
Between you and me 앞으로도 달라질 건 없어 흩어지는 네 모션 점점 멀어지는 걸 Don't wanna keep the pace with your swing move 부서지고 뒤덮인 그리워진 memories No way, no, no way I'm so done with crazy stupid love The crazy stupid love Oh yeah, that crazy love
I'll Be Gone. Gone from the previous album, kind of. Oh, I love this chorus. Damn, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. The lyrics, kind of, especially when, it said, "Stop regretting yourself, I'll be gone," kind of reminded me of Gone, which was that one written by Diane too? I'm pretty sure that I mentioned the songs that were written by her from the previous album, and I'm already kind of like blurring out a little bit. This is really, really beautiful. There was one thing about the song Rewind from the Formula of Love album where I took it into a way where it feels like they're finally done, to the point where they no longer want to know how that person feels. And there was a comment saying that maybe that's them kind of like being in denial with how much they repeat those same words and all of that. So it's almost like trying to convince myself that I don't care anymore about how you feel. Whereas this song, um, it does kind of feel like I'm finally done with this relationship. Um, because, but at the same time, the repetition of "I'm so done," like that comment kind of makes me think of this song a little bit, and the meaning of, am I truly done, or am I just going to move on to the next love, which could be crazy stupid as well. Like it's just one of those things. Started off just fine, but then the person, kind of like, as far as I understand from these lyrics, promised them to be better, whereas the person basically gave them nothing but fake love and a wounded heart. They also say it's too late to turn around. Stop regretting yourself. I'll be gone. Uh, are they talking to themselves? As far as like, I'm actually done with this relationship and I'm going away, or am I just going to come back and let myself become a fool again for this person? But it does feel like, with this song, as opposed to something like Rewind, here they really are kind of like trying to convince themselves that they're done with this particular relationship. There seems to be no sincerity, and a temperature that has cooled down even more. Can't you see it's over? It's almost like they're talking to that person, but also talking to themselves in a way. It's almost like trying to convince themselves that they need to let go of this person, but also like that this whole song, kind of like, if this was a music video, like I'm imagining this entire song and I'm seeing like a music video of a couple basically fighting and just trying to convince one another that, I can do better. There's like perhaps like photos scattered all over the place, showing a happy relationship, but the photos are on the floor and they're shattered, which is a representation of this relationship. Like, I'm making an interesting, like, it creates a really vivid image of the kind of relationship that Twice is kind of singing about, and what Diane, I believe, has written here. It's absolutely beautiful, and the temperature that has cooled down, like there's no nothing hot in this relationship between you and me. Everything has cooled down to minus 0 degrees C. So I'm cold as ice for you, and you have no emotions for me anymore. Which is the song is awesome. Obviously the song is awesome. The situation that it portrays is not awesome. Like, I'm not a fucking psycho or anything, but this relationship was basically like a dynamite. And while the fuse was lit, this relationship was lit as well. Basically, it was hot and whatnot, but then it blew up because all it was is like a short fuse, a short span this relationship had, and then it blew up, much like the lyrics say, after a brief but intense encounters and excitements, I got tired of your useless lies. So very quickly, seeing through the lies and all that kind of stuff, which is really, really, really interesting. And it kind of like, again, reminds me a little bit of Gone from their previous album, which was one of my favorite songs from that album as well. And this song is absolutely fucking um, beautiful. I love the way they can take one word, whether it's with Crazy Stupid Love, with Wallflower, with I believe even with Blame It on Me, like take one word and especially something like Blame It on Me. And here with Crazy Stupid Love, take one word and create a whole chorus from it and harmonize it in such a way and really fill in that entire chorus with one word or with one sentence and yet not make it sound repetitive. It's just it's really, really beautiful. They truly did a phenomenal job. Also, the repetitiveness of the chorus, like, is it done because I'm done or is it done because I'm trying to convince myself that I'm done with this relationship? It's interesting. The only thing that makes me kind of question it is the "Stop regretting yourself, I'll be gone." This was an absolutely beautiful song. The whole album is incredible. My top three would probably be something like "Blame It on Me," "Wallflower," and then "Set Me Free." I really, really loved the music video first, but also like the song itself was absolutely incredible. And "Crazy Stupid Love" and "Got the Frills" are uh, beautiful. And Moonlight Sunrise is just it's just so much fun. And yeah, let me know what is your favorite song from this album. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If I made any sense, let me know in the comment section. If there's something that you want to add, feel free to do so. And make sure to subscribe if you're new. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Check out the Patreon if you want to see some exclusive content, including twice content, as well as support the production of these videos. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See ya. Have a wonderful week.